Hey everybody, okay, so in this video we are going to go over the different levels of the macronutrition program. So when I first started this group, I was gearing it more towards macro counting, but as I'm going through my precision nutrition coaching program, I'm learning that not every plan is not the same plan is good for every single person. So that is why I've decided to take the base of the program and divide it into 3 different tiers. So we have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So in tier 1, this is going to be the easiest of the 3. In this tier, we're going to do no measuring and no counting. So the way that we're going to keep track of our foods is through an app called Shy, and I'll show you what that looks like. That is just short for, let's see How You Eat. I'm not sure if it's on Google, but hopefully it is. This is what the app looks like. It has 6 squares giving you 6 different meals. You just click on the square. It opens up your camera and you take a picture. If you forgot to take the picture before you consumed your meal, there's also, if you click on it, there's a pencil and you can just type it in. If you don't have access to this app, you can also just write down your meals on a piece of paper. That would be totally sufficient. And then because there's no measuring or no tracking per se in this tier, we are going to encourage you to eat less processed and more whole foods. Just because you end up getting more food when you eat whole foods anyway. And also in this tier, we're going to be listening to our body cues. So when we are eating our meals, I want you to eat slowly and mindfully. I want you to enjoy your food, taste the flavors. Don't be rushed. I know it's busy world this day and age, and people tend to eat really fast because they're in a rush, and then 20-30 minutes after they've eaten, they are uncomfortably full and they're unbuttoning their pants and they just feel just overstuffed. So we don't want to get you to that point. So what I would recommend is that you eat 80% of your meal, and then at that point stop, give yourself 1 to 2 minutes to assess whether you are still hungry or not, and if you are, continue eating. If your body is giving you that full signal, then go ahead and stop eating. The same thing goes for if you're feeling hungry. Go ahead and eat. If your stomach is growling, it's growling for a reason. I want you to eat, even if it's at nighttime. There's a lot of misperception on late night eating, and a lot of people say that you should not eat before bed. But again, if we are picking whole foods, if we're picking good nutrient dense foods, eating late at night is totally fine. And then tier number 2 is a moderate level. With this one, it is geared towards macros, but it's just not as intense of macro tracking. With this tier, we are going to be using the hand proportion method to track our macros. So what I mean by that is our proteins are equivalent to the size of our palm. So this right here, this portion is 1 serving of protein. Our vegetables are equivalent to my fist. So this is about 1 cup. So the size of your fist is 1 serving of vegetables. Your carbs are equivalent to a cupped hand. So when you cup your hand like this is 1 serving of your carbs. Rice, pasta, potatoes, whichever carb that you choose. And then our fats are equivalent to our thumb size. So that is how we track our fats. And so with tier 2, I will be giving you a checklist, and it will be broken down by meals. It'll say meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there'll be columns of your macros: fats, carbs, proteins, and vegetables. Under each column, I will have a specific number of boxes that I want you to consume in the day. So for example, if I've given you 6 boxes under carbs, that means I want you to have 6 portions of carbs by the end of the day. Tier number 3 is going to be the most difficult. It takes the most effort. With this tier, this is weighing and tracking everything with a food scale. And then we're weighing everything with the food scale. We're tracking it all in our food journals or our food tracker that we have already downloaded. And also daily weights are required for this tier, because if we are specifically tracking our macros, I want you to do a daily weight so we can see the trends versus an average if we do monthly weights. And then also with tier 3, I want you to submit me your macro goals or your totals at the end of the day. So in MyFitnessPal, if you go down to nutrition, it shows you 3 columns: calories, nutrients, and macros. Click on the middle column, nutrients. That shows me my total and my goal. So this is what I want to see. It shows proteins, carbs, and fats. It will tell me how much I've consumed and what is my target. So at the end of the day, when you're all done with your meals, just take a screenshot of this, send it to me, and that way we can keep track of how close you are getting to your macros. If you don't want to submit it each day, you can also just take a picture each day and send me all 6 pictures at the end of the week. Want to recommend for all 3 tiers is to take before pictures and body measurements. This is a good way to track our progress, because sometimes the scale can kind of stop. However, our bodies are still responding and you may be losing inches. So having pictures and body measurements are very beneficial to track our progress. Restaurants, I want you to try to limit the restaurants to 1 to 2 times a week. And the only reason I say this is because a lot of times you may think that you're getting something healthy at a restaurant, and they're actually underestimating what the true nutrients are in those foods. Like, it may say 40 grams of fat or whatever, but in reality it's really much higher than what they're telling you, because of all the different sauces and oils that are added to their foods. So with that, just try to limit it 1 to 2 times a week. I'm not saying that you can't go to a restaurant and enjoy yourself. If you have a social event to go to, by all means, go to your social event. But just try to be more mindfully of the foods that we are selecting. And I think that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me. Comment below. Let me know what you want to do, if you want to change things up. Also, the accountability check-ins. Tier 1 and Tier 2, you can check in weekly. Tier 3, you can check in with me every single night if you choose. But I'm gonna kind of leave that up to you guys, whether you want me to check in daily with you or if you want me to do it weekly, because I know that we're busy in our lives and you don't want to be bombarded. But I just want to be here for you guys. I want to help you guys change. You obviously came to this group for a reason, and I want you all to be successful. And then also with our water intake, we're still going to be consuming our water. I know that is hard for a lot of people. It was very hard for me in the beginning, but a good tip to get your water in is you can fill up a cup the night before. A good cup would be something insulated, like a Yeti cup. Fill it with ice, water. The next morning, you wake up, before you even swing your feet to get out of bed, go ahead and consume 20 ounces. Or if you have self-control, you can always wait until you come down your stairs, if you have stairs in your house, or when you come to your kitchen, immediately go for your water jug, fill it with water, fill it with your ice, and take 5 to 10 gulps. I would try to aim for a couple gulps before you even go to your coffee. Kind of hold that coffee hostage until you get at least a little bit of water. And then every hour, I want you to try to take 5 to 10 gulps an hour. And then before you know it, you will have consumed a lot of water. So that's just a couple different tips that help me. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Let me know what you guys want to do. If you want to throw in some challenges to get you guys going. I want everybody to be successful, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, okay, have a good day.